What if every action you took today, from sending an email to prepping lunch, had to fit inside a strict Brainpower budget? Like, sorry, you've used 98% of your thinking quota. You can't decide which sandwich to make. Actually, I think that's happened to me. Well, on Cardano, every smart contract actually does have this Brainpower budget. I'm Stephanie from Two Lovelaces and Lido Nation, here to talk about the max transaction execution steps parameter, which is the per transaction limit on how much computation a smart contract is allowed to use. Before we get into why this matters, let's break down what a step even is. When Cardano runs a smart contract, it doesn't measure time, no seconds, no milliseconds. Instead, it measures units of work. Think of it like the network counting every little operation a contract performs, like checking a signature or hashing data or reading from storage or comparing values. Each of those is a step. You can imagine an on-chain little supervisor with a clipboard going, yep, that's another one, and another one. Now, every transaction has a max number of steps that it's allowed to use. If your smart contract goes over that limit, it will fail immediately. So why is Cardano counting steps like a micromanager? Because block producers, the validators, have to process every block quickly and predictably. If even one transaction demanded huge amounts of computation, it could slow down the entire chain. Imagine trying to check out at the grocery store, but the person ahead of you has 9,000 items and a stack of coupons. The whole line would be stuck. Nobody has time for that. So Cardano has set two budgets to prevent this. Max transaction execution steps, that's the limit for each individual transaction, and max block execution steps, which is the limit for all transaction in a block combined. It's like saying you can't bring 9,000 items and also the whole store can't collectively bring more than a certain amount. What makes this special is that it keeps the system fair. Every node, from top-tier servers to modest machines, knows in advance exactly how much work it might have to process. This helps with decentralization, predictability, and dApp scalability. Right now, mainnet gives each transaction up to 1 billion steps. That's billion with a B. Individual smart contract actions like voting and governance or claiming a staking reward might use tens of thousands of steps, which still leaves a lot of headroom, but it's not infinite headroom. Developers still have to budget carefully with efficient code, meaning that they can fit more actions into a transaction. Sloppy code, and they're eventually going to run into that limit. Think of it like packing a suitcase. You can fit everything you need as long as you fold it really nicely. If you start with one lumpy sweater, the suitcase is full before you've even started. The cool part in all of this is that Cardano was designed from the beginning to be able to upgrade over time. With on-chain governance live, anyone can initiate a change to this parameter. Future enhancements like input endorsers and pipelining aim to separate transaction validation from block production, kind of like hiring extra cashiers during rush hour. If those upgrades land as planned, higher step limits may become practical without straining smaller nodes. That would eventually mean more complex dApps are possible, smoother throughput, smarter on-chain logic, and no risk of somebody's Raspberry Pi node catching fire. So that's max transaction execution steps, the blockchain's Brainpower budget for a transaction. It keeps the system fast, predictable, and fair while still leaving room for creativity and complexity. And as Cardano evolves, this budget could grow with it. Before you go, stay tuned for our Song of the Week from Suno.ai. This one is kind of a funky number. I hope you like it.
Got a limit on my mind, yeah, cap on my groove. When I'm tapping that chain, every contract mover's got a number on it. Honey, 1 billion deep. But if you step too far, the transaction won't keep. Little Pluto's on the corner with a clipboard out, counting every single op with a click and a shout. Better budget that logic, keep your functions tight. Use too many steps and you ain't running the night. Hey. It's the rhythm of the notes, keeping time on the beat. From the big old block producer to the little Raspberry Pi suite. They all gotta sync, all gotta stay in check. So don't blow up the meter, keep it cool, keep it spec. Stay under that max transaction execution steps. Don't you stress, don't you flex, just finesse. Keep it funky, keep it tight, keep your contract in line. Cause if you blow through the limit, blockchains will decline. Stay under that max transaction execution flair. You want logic everywhere. Better write that code efficient, make it sleek, make it fair. Got the block limit parent watching overhead, saying don't let your whole squad overload the thread. From governance votes to reward your claim. Every dab of computation, someone's counting that game. But the future looking bright with the upgrades coming. Input endorsers grooving, pipeline and drumming. We might raise that ceiling, let the contracts flex, but for now keep it tidy, show respect. Stay under that max transaction execution steps. Don't you stress, don't you flex, just finesse. Keep it funky, keep it tight, keep your contract in line. Cause if you blow through the limit, blockchain says decline. Stay under that max transaction execution steps. Budget smart, play it cool, that's how Cardano protects. We keep the network smooth while we scale and we grow. It's the Brainpower Budget, baby, now you know. Yeah. See, Cardano don't measure seconds, no ma'am. It measures work. And if your script gets wild, starts thinking too hard, that's straight off the network. Ain't no shame, just stay in frame. Oh, how many steps? But
1 billion.
But can I use them all? Better chill, son. Can I raise a cat? Maybe someday. But what do I do now? Keep it lightweight. Keep it lightweight. Keep it lightweight. Yeah, stay under that max transaction execution strips. Take your rhythm of business, live a life of progress. From the smallest little script to the big dap flex. We all think inside the budget, you're part of my big scale. Stay under that max transaction execute strips. Keep your rhythm efficient. From the smallest little script to the big dap flex, we all think inside the budget, and Cardano does the rest. Budget your brain power.